So hey there, boys and girls, how's everybody doing? Q here. Hey, today I'm on my 2025 Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, and this motorcycle is one that I really enjoy. So why do I like this motorcycle so much? Well, there's a bunch of reasons. And I'm not even going to start with the price, which is fantastic. This bike, it just has a ruggedness about it. A throw it around kind of feeling. The engine is peppy. Between 4,000 and 5,000 RPM, it just jumps. The suspension is excellent. I've had other adventure bikes with 19-inch front wheels. I think this is the first adventure bike I ever had that had a real 21-inch front wheel, and what a game changer. This big 21-inch wheel just floats over dirt roads like this. I can just fly down these dirt roads, rarely have to stand up. I'm just so impressed with the 21-inch front wheel and the suspension. It's non-adjustable suspension. I weigh 170 pounds in my pajamas, so I don't know what I weigh with my gear on, but I'm a pretty standard sized male, 170 pounds, 5'8" or 9" maybe, who knows, why not. But the bike it just glides over the rough stuff, and not even just the dirt roads. If you live in an area that has crappy roads, lots of potholes, lots of repair work, this bike is great on lousy concrete. It really is fun, and the difference is so noticeable. I have this bike. I have a 2024 Suzuki SV650, which is kind of like my sport bike, but also very economical and just classic, wonderful motorcycle. And then for long distances and just because it's the Harley I always wanted, I have a 2021 Harley Davidson Road King. It's all black and chrome and so forth. But this bike just lends this third option. It's just a different world on this bike than those other two. This bike is one, as I say, just throw it around, go down a dirt road. Now this I don't like. I tried to change. I tried to turn ABS off on the fly, and it wouldn't let me. And I have to literally turn the bike off, turn it back on, then I can change mode to performance ABS off. I really find that kind of annoying and unnecessary. Other than that, I have no complaints with this motorcycle. The build quality, its performance. I'm riding as fast as I want to. I'm getting 75 US miles per gallon, or 75 miles per US gallon, I guess is the better way to put it. It's just a ball. And I love this ability that you see here. I love this ability to go bombing down a dirt road whenever a dirt road appears. Now, as you saw from the title of this video, I've put a little over 2,000 miles on this bike. I can't even read the odometer here in the video, but so if it's a little under, believe me, I've put over 2,000 on it as of today. And like I say, zero issues, zero. I had the shop do the first oil change just because I didn't even want a first service. They were going to check the clutch cable. The clutch cable's fine. They're going to look at the brakes. There's nothing wrong with the brakes. I was going to say I put a K&N air filter in this, but I did not. I put a K&N air filter in my Suzuki SV650, which was very easy to do. This, I don't even know where the air filter is on this bike. But I didn't have them check the air filter. I had 300 miles on the bike, or whatever that first service recommendation is. Another nice thing, too, is that this bike does not drive me crazy by constantly flashing or insisting on the dash here, service is due, service is due. Occasionally it'll flash up and say service is due. I know that's my first service where I had the dealer change the oil. Everything is fine. And I appreciate Royal Enfield not being jerks about that and not having service due in my face all the time when I ride this. I had that on my Husqvarna 401, it would just annoy me all the time. It's like, no, dude, I did the service, okay? Service is not due. And service isn't due on this thing until I get to about 3,600 miles. So it's 3,000 miles. You know, most of the time I'll change the oil myself and the filter. If I, you know, maybe at 6 or 9 or, you know, around 10,000 miles, I'll take it in and I'll have the dealer, you know, fully work it over, see what needs to be done. The Seat tires, CEAT, seem to be holding up okay. I had Seat tires standard on my Royal God, I don't know why I can't say that. My Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, and after 3,000 miles of moderate riding, those Seats were shot, and so I'm not expecting a lot out of these Seats, but we'll see. I'm already seeing wear at 2,000 miles, but it's going to be another few thousand miles before any kind of verdict is in on the tires. I'm happy with their performance. But now to the negatives, and there's always a negative. Well, almost always. I'll tell you, there's a lot of good motorcycles out here. But this one, once you get up to 5,000 RPM, there is vibration. And I did find that vibration grows pretty tiresome on my butt after, you know, an hour and a half in the saddle. So I did what I do on other motorcycles have in the past. I just buy like a sheet of gel pad. I got my last one on Amazon. It was $39. It's the same dimensions as the saddle, but it's a square. So then I just take a pair of scissors and trim it down to the saddle shape, and I put that under my Alaska Leathers sheepskin pads. That I love those things. I love to run those on my motorcycles. They're pricey, but they're well made, they're comfortable, and they last forever. So they're kind of a no-brainer. I buy one of those things. The gel pad helped a lot. This is now, you know, 2 hours or more comfortable bike for me, and I'm a very, very, very old man. But you know, I wish the buzziness wasn't there. Another topic of interest is accessories. I just don't have to do much to this bike. You know, it's bone stock. It's got those rugged crash bars in the front. I have no luggage on the back. But you know, I mean, I threw a clock and a phone holder on this thing, and I did put a taller windshield on it, which helps a lot with the wind blast on my chest. You know, the air flows over my helmet, but the stock windshield gives you like no protection at all. It might as well be a totally naked bike. So I've got the WRS windshield on here, a couple of doodads, but I mean, I don't have to do anything. This bone stock, you know, base configuration bike is just rugged and ready to go, man. The only thing I could possibly think of is if I ever go on a long trip on this thing, all I need is some luggage racks, you know, just some bars in the back so that the panniers that I have, the soft bags that I have, don't go into the spokes, you know. Just put on that rack on the back, and I'm ready to go. Now, the only motorcycle that I think might be better than this one, might be, I'm not 100% sure, is the Honda Transalp. Now, I sat on one of those at a dealership, and I started it why is this so hard? I started it up, and gosh, what a gorgeous sound from that engine. And you know, the saddle was low, my feet were on the ground, and it has this same kind of rugged simplicity as the Royal Enfield here, and more horsepower and smoother. I just don't know what it would be like to live with. And one of the joys of this Royal Enfield, this bike costs $6,000, right? So if I drop this in the dirt, I just pick it up. I mean, who cares? The Honda was $4,000 more, so it was like, you know, what is that? 80% more, 60% more, a lot, you know. But still, you know, you can get a trans out for 10 grand versus this thing out the door was maybe 7. Yeah, 7, I think. So, you know, maybe someday I'll get that trans out and I'll find out for sure. But the short story here is I'm delighted with this motorcycle. It's fun, it's versatile, the suspension's great, it goes over any terrain that I want to go on. I'm not a trail rider. I tried that once and I tore my ACL. So, you know, my motorcycle that somebody lent me went right up a tree, peeled it like a carrot, and I ended up folded back with it with a completely destroyed knee. So I'm not big on trail riding. Dirt roads, hell yeah, you know, or any 2-track even, but trails through the trees, nah. So I can't recommend this bike for that because I'm never ever going to do that. But I don't know, the verdict, you know, $6,200 list price. In my case, it was 7 out the door. I mean, gee whiz. You know, trans out with the dealer fees and taxes and everything, it's going to be $12,000 out the door. So, you know, $5,000 less for just a great, fun, chuckable, jump on it, do anything you want to do motorcycle. So, I hope this 2,000 mile review has been helpful for you guys. And thanks for watching, and bye for now.